What if I told you that one of the world's most famous martial arts was never meant to be a martial art at all? Imagine a discipline so revolutionary, it was designed not to fit into any box, not to follow any script, but to break free from all boundaries. This is a story of a movement that began with a single, radical idea. That's the paradox at the heart of Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. It's a system that was never meant to be a system, a philosophy that refuses to be confined. Bruce Lee didn't just want to teach people how to fight. He wanted to change the way they thought about fighting and about life itself. Jeet Kune Do wasn't created to be another set of rules, another rigid curriculum to memorize. Instead, it was a direct challenge to the very concept of tradition for tradition's sake. Lee saw that most martial arts were weighed down by rituals and dogma, and he wanted to set practitioners free from those chains. It was rebellion against the very idea of fixed styles. Lee believed that clinging to a single style was like locking yourself in a cage, limiting your potential and creativity. He wanted martial artists to break through those barriers, to discover what truly worked for them as individuals. Bruce Lee didn't want to hand you answers. He wanted you to find your own. He encouraged every student to look within, to question their assumptions, and to trust their own experiences above all else. For Lee, true mastery came from self-discovery, not blind obedience. He urged you to empty your cup, to question everything, and to strip away what isn't essential. Only by letting go of preconceptions and unnecessary baggage could a martial artist find their own path. This was about more than just fighting. It was about personal growth and transformation. For Lee, the purpose of combat was simple: to be effective, not to perform or preserve tradition. He believed that real fighting was unpredictable and raw, and that the only thing that mattered was what worked in the moment. Efficiency, directness, and simplicity were his guiding principles. He saw most martial arts as beautiful cages, trapping practitioners in rigid doctrines. These cages might look impressive from the outside, but inside, they stifled creativity and growth. Lee wanted to break those cages open, to set people free to explore and evolve. Jeet Kune Do was about closing the books and writing your own story. It was about taking what was useful, discarding what was not, and adding what was uniquely your own. Every practitioner became an author, not just a reader of their martial journey. It challenged centuries of tradition, putting the individual above the system. In a world where conformity was the norm, Lee's message was a call to independence and authenticity. He believed that each person's journey should be as unique as their fingerprint. This was more than a new way to fight, it was a new way to think. Jeet Kune Do was a philosophy of freedom, adaptability, and self-expression. It invited people to question, to experiment, and to never stop learning. It sparked a revolution that still shapes martial arts today. Across the world, practitioners from every background have been inspired to break free from tradition, to innovate, and to make martial arts a living, breathing art. Bruce Lee's radical departure didn't just change how we fight, it changed how we think about what it means to be a martial artist. Bruce Lee's frustration with tradition didn't appear overnight. It grew slowly, shaped by years of dedicated practice, keen observation, and a restless desire to understand the true essence of martial arts. He respected the discipline and history, but he couldn't ignore the nagging sense that something was missing. Lee mastered Wing Chun, absorbing its every detail, but as his skills grew, so did his awareness of its boundaries. He realized that every rigid style, no matter how effective in its own right, had limits that could not be ignored in real combat. The martial arts world, he saw, was fractured, divided by ego, pride, and blind loyalty to styles and schools. People clung to tradition, often at the expense of truth and effectiveness. Lee called this the classical mess, a cycle where students endlessly mimic their masters, repeating patterns and forms without ever questioning their purpose or practicality. But real combat, Lee knew, was unpredictable and chaotic. In the heat of a real fight, fixed patterns and rehearsed routines often fell apart, leaving practitioners unprepared for the unexpected. He compared relying on a single style to crossing a vast, stormy ocean in a boat designed only for calm rivers, dangerous, and ultimately doomed to fail. For Lee, the individual, their instincts, adaptability, and creativity mattered far more than any system or tradition. He believed that true mastery came from within, not from blindly following a set path. Traditions, he felt, had become cluttered with non-essential, even theatrical techniques, moves that looked impressive, but had little value in real situations. Lee's mission became one of simplification. He stripped away what was useless, what didn't serve a real purpose, and focused only on what truly worked. He kept only the techniques that proved themselves under pressure, those that were direct, efficient, and effective. This wasn't an act of disrespect toward tradition. Instead, it was a necessary evolution, a way to honor the spirit of martial arts by making them relevant and alive. Lee wanted his students to become masters of themselves, to think independently, and to discover their own strengths, not to become mere followers of Bruce Lee or any other master. He taught them to fish, not just to eat, encouraging exploration, experimentation, and personal growth. For Lee, the art was never about imitation. It was about self-discovery, about finding your own way, and expressing yourself honestly through movement. That's why Bruce Lee walked away, not to reject the past, but to forge a new path, one where martial arts could truly become a way of personal liberation. What is Jeet Kune Do? At first glance, it might seem like just another martial art, another style among many, but look closer and you'll find it's something far more elusive, an idea that refuses to be boxed in or easily explained. The name itself, the way of the intercepting fist, hints at its essence. It's about meeting force with precision, about cutting through complexity with simplicity. The straight line intercepts the curve, the direct path overcomes the indirect. But it's not just a title, it's a living strategy. To intercept the opponent's attack as it begins is to seize the initiative, to act in the moment, not after. It's about timing, awareness, and the courage to move first. Yet, Jeet Kune Do is more than a single principle or a set of moves. It's a philosophy that embraces all styles, yet is bound by none. It's a living, breathing approach to combat and to life itself. Bruce Lee famously said, "Jeet Kune Do is just a name, a boat to cross a river. Discard it once you've crossed." He meant that the label is only a tool, not the destination. The real journey is personal. Jeet Kune Do is a framework for personal discovery, not a rigid set of techniques. It encourages you to question, to experiment, and to find what works for you, not just in fighting, but in every aspect of your life. The ultimate goal is to reach a point where you no longer need Jeet Kune Do, or any system at all. You become your own master, guided by your own experience and intuition, using no way as way, having no limitation as limitation. This is the heart of Jeet Kune Do. It's about breaking free from boundaries, about flowing like water and adapting to any situation. You're encouraged to absorb what is useful from any source, to learn from every teacher, every style, and every experience. Take what works, discard what doesn't, and add what is uniquely your own. There's no single JKD way to punch or kick. There's only your way, shaped by your body, your mind, and your journey. Every practitioner's path is different, and that's by design. Jeet Kune Do is ultimately about self-discovery through martial arts. It's a process of peeling away what is unnecessary, of finding your true self through discipline and honest practice. It's a mirror, forcing you to confront your strengths and weaknesses, to be honest with yourself about who you are and who you want to become. Jeet Kune Do isn't a product to consume or a set of rules to memorize. It's a lifelong process to live, a journey of constant growth, adaptation, and self-realization. To understand Jeet Kune Do, you must see the difference between a style and an idea. A style is a fixed recipe. Jeet Kune Do is the water that takes any shape. Traditional arts have set forms and curriculums. JKD is a philosophy, not a container. It teaches principles, simplicity, directness, efficiency, not techniques. In traditional styles, you perfect forms. In JKD, you train dynamically, adapting to chaos. The goal isn't to look perfect, but to solve the problem in front of you. Bruce Lee promoted scientific street fighting, test everything, discard what fails. He feared JKD would become another rigid style if given a name. True freedom lies in embracing uncertainty. The ultimate truth in combat is personal, discovered by each individual. JKD is a pathless path to your own truth. It's not about following, but about finding. That's the core of Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do's influence on modern combat is everywhere, even if people don't realize it. Before Bruce Lee, cross-training was taboo. He shattered that, blending boxing, fencing, and Wing Chun. This is the foundation of modern MMA. Fighters now blend styles using whatever works. The philosophy of absorb what is useful is Lee's legacy. JKD's focus on simplicity and directness changed self-defense too. Why use a flashy move when a simple one is more effective? JKD is about survival, not performance. Lee forced martial artists to ask, does this actually work? Techniques had to be pressure tested, not just traditional. Lee brought skepticism and scientific inquiry to martial arts. In a real fight, the only style that matters is the one that keeps you safe. Jeet Kune Do isn't just about fighting, it's a philosophy for life. Its core idea: break free from limiting patterns and express yourself honestly. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, add what is uniquely your own. This mantra applies to everything: habits, beliefs, and choices. JKD asks you to be a critical thinker, to refine yourself constantly. It champions individuality in a world that pushes conformity. Bruce Lee taught not just how to fight, but how to be free. JKD is a mindset, turning every challenge into a chance to express your true self. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. This is Bruce Lee's deepest wisdom. Water is soft yet powerful, taking the shape of any container. In combat, being like water means no fixed stance or plan, just flow. You adapt, redirecting energy, acting intuitively. The JKD practitioner aims for spontaneous, natural action. This philosophy goes beyond fighting. Life is unpredictable. Rigid mindsets break under pressure. Water adapts and persists. When you hit an obstacle, flow around it. Being like water means letting go of ego and embracing the unknown. Water has no need to be right. It simply is. To be like water is to trust your adaptability. The ultimate goal, not to win, but to achieve harmony with reality. That's the essence of Jeet Kune Do. We remember Bruce Lee for his speed and power, but his true legacy is deeper. He was a philosopher, using martial arts to explore truth and human potential. His physical skills were the result of a profound inner journey. Lee's library was vast. He studied philosophy, psychology, and more. Jeet Kune Do was his synthesis of all he learned, a philosophy for authentic living. He didn't want disciples, but individuals who found their own path. All these years I have been teaching you not to fight, but to understand the root of conflict in yourself. The real fight was always internal. Lee's message: think for yourself, trust your experience, and express your individuality. He was a liberator of the human spirit. Jeet Kune Do isn't a style or a set of answers, it's a way of questioning. Bruce Lee gave the world a gift you must unwrap yourself. Your truth isn't in a book or a dojo, it's within. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, add what is uniquely your own. Don't seek to copy others, become the best version of yourself. The real question: how can you apply adaptability, simplicity, and freedom to your life? Bruce Lee opened the door. Now it's up to you to walk through it. Your journey starts now. What will you discover?